Hey y'all, I have a quick little card project to share tonight. I was going to say this closer to the weekend, but Hurricane Helene is potentially going to impact our area where we live starting tomorrow and into Friday. And we're not on the coast, we're inland, but the way this particular hurricane is presenting is very similar to something our area experienced in 1995 with Hurricane Opal. So I don't know what our power, cell phone, Wi-Fi situation may be for a few days. So I just decided to go ahead and post this before the weekend. So I was doing this as part of Satmore Makes and also part of the Two Crafters One Design theme this week, which was donuts. And I do not have a single donut die. So I was trying to think outside the box a little bit and be a little creative and use something I had to make some tiny little donuts. And so this is what I came up with. It is a tag / ornament. Y'all know that's kind of what I like to make. I like to make things that can hang on gift bags or just a tag for a present that can also double as sort of a little gift ornament as well. And so this is what I came up with. And y'all, I just think this is just adorable to me. I love snowmen. I've always had a little weak spot for snowmen. And so I just decided to make this little snowman as if he was the donut shop maker. And so I named the donut shop Frosty's Donuts. So anyway, this is what I made. And I have a little tag up here that says Christmas calories don't count. So I just, y'all, this is just fun to me. Y'all know I like to make little miniature scenes and come up with little rooms. And so this was just perfect to me. This theme and gave me an excuse to make like a little bakery design. So this is what I made. And I have a little piece of pipe cleaner up here so you can hang it. And it's just blank on the back. And that is what I made. You can see all the little donuts in the little bakery window. And the little snowman mixing some more donuts up to bake. So that is what I made. I did not use a lot of pieces to make this. I used this, the large frame, and the next to largest frame to cut out the background pieces. And I just used a piece of brown cardstock and then a printed piece of paper that said Merry Christmas. And this is it's the Art Impressions Steel Dies Rectangle Double Stitched. So that's what these were. So I used that. And then I used this set, which is a sweet shop. I didn't use all the pieces, but this is what it looks like. I used the little awning and then sort of the little bakery window frame and then the little label down here. This came with cupcakes and cakes and petit fours, so I didn't use that, but I used some of the other pieces. So let's see. The window and the awning and the banner right here were all from this set. And this is a Spellbinder set S4 1098. And it's called The Sweet Shop. So I used that, and all I cut was I cut one of the window frames, and I cut an awning, and then I cut another awning with some plaid to glue on, which gives you the little pieces in plaid. And so that's how I made the awning. That is the main part of the card. So I used that. And then I used, for the snowman, this is a Cottage Cut Baking Spirits Bright. And so I used this, which is the Baking Spirit Sprite that is here, and I used this snowman die. Now on this set by Cottage Cuts, a lot of theirs come as one single sheet. So a lot of times what I will do is run this through with like a smooth cardstock, smooth white cardstock, and then I will just use ink or markers to color. And that's what I did on this. That way I wouldn't have to run it through so many times. I just cut everything in white and then use my markers to color, except for his little scarf. I did cut the scarf out of some of the little plaid paper. But that is one trick I usually do when my dies are these large sheets, so I don't have to run it through so many times. And I also used this Lily of the Valley polymer stamp set. It is the cocoa and gingerbread tags. And, you know, these are just great, y'all. They're so versatile. And I used this one that says Christmas calories don't count. And it stamps like this, like a cutting board. But I didn't want it quite that big, so I just trimmed off to the square and just used this part, so it would be a little smaller scale. And I punched a hole in it and used a little wiring to attach it to my pipe cleaner. So that is the main pieces. But now, y'all know I had to think outside the box since I don't have a donut stamp and I don't have any donut dies. So I have this set, which is by Impression Obsession, and it is the button card. But when I was looking at these, I thought, okay, y'all, these would make perfect donuts. So I used these pieces to run through different colored pieces of paper. And then I just used a regular handheld round hole punch, y'all, and punched donut holes in the center of these buttons. And I just, you know, for me, we're using the buttons as donuts this week. And so I thought this was fun. And it was just an alternative way to get to a donut. So that's what I used to make the donuts, were just these button dies. So if you have any circles or, you know, just any little wreaths or, you know, little things like that in your stash and you don't have a donut, it's very easy to just take a hole punch and convert them into donuts. So that's what I used. Let's see what else. I added just a little bit of stickles, red stickles to the holly berries and some white stickles to the snowman, so he would sparkle a little bit more. I used a clear piece of acetate for the bakery window and just a little wire pipe cleaner, and I punched holes through it and just kind of knotted up the pipe cleaners to hold it. And I tied a little red bow with some red gingham ribbon, and I hot glued that onto the pipe cleaner, and then added the little tag. And that's how I got Frosty's Donut Shop, which just, and y'all, when I was growing up, we would go to Panama City Beach, which is in Florida, the panhandle of Florida. And there was this donut shop there when I was a kid. And they would make these donuts that were the size of like a paper plate. They were just huge. My dad would go and stand in line early in the morning before we left from, you know, our little family vacation every year. And he would get my brother and I each one large donut. And so that's what I kind of had in mind when I made these huge donuts in the bottom. So that is my contribution to the Two Crafters One Design donut challenge this week, but also to the Saturday Morning Makes Christmas projects and everyone's creativity for the week. So I hope y'all have a good week, and I will check in with y'all in a few days.